Go back to record.
So I canceled the recording. So this will be fun to kind of put all this back together. But you know what? That means this will be a separate, when you upload it to wherever, this will just be a separate extra for this episode. Yes. I have it. I just can't, stop.
Is it going to be on one file? Are you merging them together, or are we going to do 2 uploads?
I think you should do 2 uploads. Here's the episode, and then here is the extras. Ooh. Maybe you should separate out the extras, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You guys tell us if you like. We'll do the extras. Maybe.
You know what I used to do? Speaking of that, you know what I used to do, and I've gotten away from it because I got away from editing. When I first really hit my stride with YouTube, and then I had to Google and YouTube how to edit, because I never edited. I just recorded and then uploaded what I recorded, because I was like,
I've never edited either.
I don't know how to edit, right?
No.
I figured I couldn't do it, but then I discovered there was this iMovie on my phone that was already free. And so I learned iMovie by YouTubing how to use iMovie and how to edit. And so once I learned how to do that, for I think it was probably about a year or so, I did a lot of my record, because that's when Madison was little, right? And she was literally crawling all over my back, and it was a whole thing.
You said a couple of times that she was even in her birth suit jumping around.
Good Lord. But I would edit that stuff out. So I would have a good content video, right, of whatever I was talking about or training on or whatever. And then I would do the bloopers at the end. And I would throw in those pieces that would literally be on the editing room floor, that I would, where I'm like, Madison. And so I would throw in the bloopers reel.
One thing I should do a bloopers reel of me voice recording when I do reels on Facebook. And I was like,
so are you only on your phone, or do you also have an iPad or laptop or?
Me?
Yes, you.
I have iPad.
Okay, so what you should do is the next time you do a reel, you should record from the other one you're not doing the reel on. So that way, whenever you mess up,
record me doing a reel.
Yes, of how you mess up. I think, and Jacqui, I think you should do that too, because I know you have your iPad, your Mac, and your phone, and between the 3 of them, you could have 3 different angles of what the hell's going on.
Who wants 3 different angles of this hot mess?
I do. I watch it.
You should see my TikToks. Those get ridiculous.
Well, and see, I use so on my computer. So I download everything, and then when I go to edit, it is just something that is on my PC. And now I'm trying to think of what it is.
Yeah, because your PC, I'm Mac all the way, so I've got Apple everything. So luckily, I have iMovie for that, but I also use CapCut.
It's called Clipchamp. It's Microsoft's Clipchamp. And I take whatever squares I have of the videos and I drop them in there, and I can edit, I can merge, I can cut and shuffle.
We'll see. That's like iMovie.
Is it easier to edit that than it is to edit you know how when you go into, Texas won't know because she does an iPhone, but you know how when you go in and you edit a video in our library, Jacqui, move that little bar, or whatever, but then you can't hear it at the same time you're moving it. Is it easier to edit videos in those other things, in the iMovies or what?
iMovie is super easy. Yeah, iMovie is super easy, and it's free. It's already on your phone.
I do have it.
Yeah,
but
you can do it to where you can. Yeah, you can, and it's basically the same thing, right? You're just clipping and clipping, but you'll still be able to hit play, and then you'll hear the audio. So sometimes it might take me a minute to figure out where am I ending this. Right, so I get it on the right word before I was like, "Ooh, what the fuck was I just saying?"
Yeah,
and then, what if you wanted to drop something else in there, though?
Yes,
I don't have. Can you? Yeah. You cannot do that from our album, right? Only from iStudio or whatever.
Well, from iMovie, it will pull anything that you've got saved in your files or folder or photos, and all the videos, anything that you've got on there, it'll pull.
And you could drop it in a clip somewhere. See, that's what I've always wondered how people do that drop-in thing.
So you could easily
have a whole training session.
We might have to, because that way I can also do the Android part, because on my phone as well, I can do I can zoom in, so I can make the video longer. So then instead of it showing 1 minute increments, it can show down to 30 seconds, to 10 seconds, to 5 seconds. So it'll go slow, and I can try and cut, because I forget to breathe. And if I mess up and I have to cut it, I have to catch me on my breathing in. I'm like, oh, stop right there, because this is so funny, because some of my transitions look like this. Like, it's funny. So, but yeah, it's, we do need to do maybe a training on different ways that we can edit our reels, clips. With this, I do this one on YouTube, and then again, I can merge it together, but since you have iMovie, you can drop this part and the other part in and just put a transition.
Yeah.
Because I just started it right back and was like, "Ooh, by the way, I didn't mean to stop it."
Yeah.
I normally do this, like, we're done, and then go on, and I like, it's a habit. I record all my trainings on Zoom, so it's a habit of whenever I'm done, I stop and smile, and then I click. I do, because I want the ending picture to be me going, I know.
Better than the live stills on Facebook. Like, what are up with those? No
Thank
matter
you. Anything
what,
beats
like,
those. Yes. It always catches you in the most unflattering, like.
Oh, are you talking about the thumbnail?
What is that?
On like Facebook Live. Yes, it's terrible. And it's with everybody. I thought it was.
Did you know you can pick your own thumbnails? You can pick your own thumbnails for live videos.
How?
Oh, what? How? You go back. Yeah, how? So on Facebook, you can edit a live. You can go back to the live and you can select your own. Now, maybe it's just Android. I don't know, but you can select your own thumbnail. I don't know if I don't have an iPhone, but I'm telling you, I'm able to go back to a live and I can do edit and I can pick the thumbnail. And I always try to find one that I'm not like going, have this really weird face and, or I've done this and all of a sudden this is my thumbnail. Like,
I'm going to have to go back on some of my old ones and just see if I can mess with it. Cause I don't think I've ever seen that, but then I don't really know what I'm doing with any of it. So like, I just do the basic and then post. Done.
We need a whole hour training with Lisa on her phone, on whatever she brings, and show her the little tidbits of technology.
I want to know why the whole AI feature can't fix that. Like, we shouldn't have to be doing that with all the AI crap.
Yes, but
just
automatically. No, I don't want to look like that.
Right? Who does?
Well, I use a lot of ChatGPT, and it has gotten a new upgrade, and it now remembers. So every new chat thing I open, it remembers my settings from everything else. So
I haven't even messed with that. Like, I don't know much about that.
It's like, okay, I know you have this magical mind that can create these amazing posts.
Magical.
Only
with fall fragrance.
Horrible.
Help with the other one.
I'm horrible. So I put into ChatGPT, I copy and paste like the descriptions of this, or even like for the warehouse sale for tomorrow. I copy and pasted that in there. And I said, put a little bit of Texas twang on here and modify this for a Facebook post. And it changed it enough because everybody else is copy and pasting it, right? Tomorrow, 2:00 or, whatever Central Time or Pacific Time. And, and they did that. We're dusting off the shelves. Well, mine changed up a little bit. It wasn't a whole bunch, but it was enough that it's not going to be copied. It's not copied from 15,000 other consultants.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a hair stuck. So
I don't think people realize how bad that messes with your algorithm.
It does.
When you all share the same thing.
It looks like spam. It starts marking it as spam. I've had
so many people be like, well, why? You don't want us to take things off your wall? Like, you don't want to share? And I'm like, I share constantly. Like, it has nothing to do with wanting to share. It has to do with algorithm. Like, I don't want to be spam. And no, your customers want to hear from you, not my meowing. Like, no,
if everybody who follows Lisa wants to use her information, put it into AI and say, change this and add some, and take all the cat pens out and change it, because she does have, and I've done that many times, but you can't tell because I'll say, make it shorter and funny or with a Texas twang, but take all cat references out. And I will do that. Or if I know I'm going to send something to Lisa because I try to come up with some really cool cat puns, I'm like, give me some cool cat puns about this. So that way I can amaze her when I'm all like, yeah, she's like, that's awesome. I'm like, woohoo. I mean, ChatGPT is what I use.
But people don't get, it's not that I don't want you to use my stuff. I share everything for you to use my stuff. It's because I don't want my algorithm and yours lowered. It's going to lower yours too. Like, it's not just a selfish me thing. Like, and with all the preaching about authenticity,
Facebook is updating
something. I want to be authentic, meaning that no, I don't want my same posts, other than the ones I share, to be used, obviously, on everyone's wall. Like, I say to meow. I don't want you to say to meow. You say tomorrow or something else.
She's like, I'm copywriting all cat puns and
everything with a meow in it.
Well, if you ever see a meow in mine, you'll know this was definitely not something Jacqui wrote.
And Facebook is really starting to update with their AI. You can type in a post, and at the bottom there is an AI saying, "Would you like to modify or adapt this?"
Even on Gmail, like my Gmail does that now, and it'll say, "Do you want AI to rewrite this or whatever?" And I'm like, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, yes, because I thought it sounded good, but really it doesn't sound that great. So do something.
AI is coming in. It is just a virtual assistant, and it really, for any kind of person who's doing direct sales, or especially with Scentsy, you do not have to copy and paste the SSD's post. You can change it and make it your own. And if you're like me, who I'm a duplicator, not a creator, is you go through and you find tools to help you change up the wording. And that way you aren't that copy and paster that you've just copy and pasted their stupid link, and you're sharing out your, I mean, granted, I bet you they love it because they'll get sales from it, but I don't want you sharing my, I mean, I don't even put my link in my thing. Everybody knows, like, it's in my profile. I leave it alone. I don't want to get flagged by Facebook because it's not.
You know what I've been doing? If you want to put your link in it, it won't be a party link, of course. So that isn't an option. But if you train them, to choose a party at the end, it doesn't matter. But I use the, the font changing app.
Yeah.
So it's not clickable, but it will say WaxyCats.com right there in the body of the post. And it's in a different font. So my website is more noticeable than anything else on that post because it's bold or it's italic or it's whatever I decide to choose from it. It does not hyperlink it, which is good because Facebook doesn't flag it.
Right.
But they have your info right there. So if you want to put it in there for people who might not know that it's in your bio or whatever. When people say it's in my bio, that confuses me. Even though I know where your bio is, I know there's a ton of other stuff in your bio, and I'm just looking at a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, forget it.
And that link in bio term will also flag at some point too, because
Probably,
Facebook
I just don't
starts to see that.
Kind of like what you said. I've taught all of my customers to always pick a party. I don't even do party links anymore. I have saved in my phone. It was something that I saw Melissa Gratz do a long time ago. I have shortcuts to all the links in all categories in my phone. So if we know,
that's a great idea.
So I put, clearance. I have to the exact clearance tab. I have it CL.
Click it, copy, paste it, send it.
And so it copy and paste the whole link for me. So I don't have to type it all out. Now you were talking about WaxyCat.com. Maybe for the people who are listening still, if it goes to your Scentsy page, how did you do that? Like,
I use GoDaddy, which there's a GoDaddy Studios, which is like Canva.
Yep,
which
that's
I also
what I
don't
use
know how
too.
to do,
Yeah,
but it's there.
Yeah,
so
I use GoDaddy.
I bought the domain. Is all it is.
And you know what? I always got scared because I was like, oh, this is going to be a super expensive. It's like $15 for a year, and you renew it every year.
My first year was like $1 or a penny.
Yeah, that's how I got in on it too.
Yeah.
Oh, and so I need to start watching to see when you don't pay for it, so I can steal it and then charge you for more.
Yeah. yes. It'll say on there how much your website is worth, and if people want to sell it, they'll reach out or buy it. They'll reach out to you and ask you.
And I just have mine
no
redirect.
Amount of money. Get off my site.
Mine is now thejacquiduran.com, but it redirects to my Scentsy website.
Yeah, right. And you can have it redirect to a party link every time. Like you can have it redirect to your online order link.
That's too much for me to remember.
That's too much for me too.
I was going to say for the people who are technically challenged, and for Lisa to be like, you can change it. Yeah,
that's too much. Well, plus I do a lot of bulk orders for locals, and a lot of my other customers have their own shopping link, so they already know to choose theirs.
Right.
If it's a random PWS order where they got me off the zip code, I don't think it asks them for a party.
Yeah, it does.
At that point, because they're not coming here they know they came just looking for a consultant. So I don't think it gives them that option to choose a party.
I think it still does at the checkout.
No matter
I
what.
thought it didn't on Scentsy.com orders.
Okay. So, well, on my Scentsy.com, because I went through one. I wanted to see what it did for other customers. So I went to Scentsy.com, I put my zip code in, and which is so funny because I'm like the only consultant in the almost a 20-mile radius who's on the website through zip code. Just FYI, because if you're lead or higher, you're seen. And that's why I make sure I make my 500 every month just for that. But I went through there. It still gave me an option for a party, but I didn't log into my account. Like I went all the way to the end before I paid. And it is one of those. It
might. I haven't went through it. Someone just told me it doesn't ask them because the way the system knows it got to you knows it's not part of a party, or they wouldn't have used your zip.
Oh.
So by name, I don't know. I've just heard zip, but I've never tried it.
Maybe I need to try it again. It's been a long time. I said it's been a long time since I did that. Because I wanted to see what customers, like, if they could find me. So I went to Scentsy.com, found find consultant, put my zip code in. Because I also wanted to know, again, I didn't have a great relationship with my upline. So I was trying to find also other consultants, and I would go on their page and I would look to see if they're a lead, a star consultant, star directors. I just wanted to see who was around me. And I don't have anybody close in my little, I'm in a little town, but we had 3 consultants in Canada at one time, but we do not have a lot that are doing their business. So
enough to be on the zip code locator.
So they're not getting paid at lead, or they're not getting, or they're not at lead title yet. So that's one thing that I try to preach to all of my new consultants is that your first goal is to get to lead, because I could probably run a whole report and show you all the different orders that I got that are just because I am closest to them. Or also I have stars because, I'm a star.
Yeah.
I'm 5 stars.
I'm 5 stars. I wanted to put cats.
Are you hearts?
I'm black hearts.
Stars. Oh, your hearts?
I'm black hearts.
Yeah, she's black hearts.
And
she
can we just
a whole bunch of people like, she's 5 black hearts. Like, what is that?
What is it?
Because it makes it stand out.
For the consultants that will watch or hear this, can we please start understanding why you have to be lead or above to be on that locator? Okay. Like every time I hear people say it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. Well, first of all, it's not fair because I pay for the website. One, you pay for the website to have an active website. You don't pay for them to put you out into marketing. Like that's not what you pay for. So you are getting what you pay for. 2, we all started out off of the website, and we got ourselves on the website. So we didn't start out on the website, and that's why we're on the website. We started out off the website just like you. So you can work your way on there just like we did. 3, when customers are looking by zip, that means they do not have a consultant. They do not know somebody. Scentsy wants to attach them to someone who is fully doing this business as an active consultant, because they want that customer to have good customer care.
And get taken care of.
Say, but I sell $2,000 a month, I should be on it. No, because this is network marketing. This is the MLM structure, which means we are 2 parts, sponsoring and team. In order to get the benefits, to be entitled to the benefits, you must do the entire business. That is why it is not there. It's not you don't do enough just by selling. No, that's not the thing. But what if a customer wants to join? They want to send them to somebody who wants a team, for one. Like so I hear that so often, and I'm like, oh, it just grinds my gears so much, because I'm like, that's complete entitlement. Like, you're not entitled to just be there. Like, that's not what
the whole thing is. That people talk about saturation, and I laugh at that because I am in a small town. I had one of the girls that signed up on my team. She had been buying Scentsy from someone down in Houston where she used to live. And when she wanted to sign up, she wanted to find someone local. She found me and we talked. She's been on Facebook almost as long as I have, like from 2009. So we've been on there a long time. she's lived here in this town for 6 years, and we had 0
Never met.
friends in
Oh,
common. 0 friends. And I grew up on south side of Fort Worth, so it's like a couple of towns over. And so I have a lot of friends everywhere, but we had 0 friends in common. And when she was like, "Well, I'm worried because I could walk to her house 5 minutes. She's just across the little business highway over here." And she was like, "Well, are we both going to be able to sell?" I said, "Look at your Facebook and look at mine." I said, "The people that you know, I don't know." I said, "So you have all of your friends. We don't have like 80,000 mutual friends. We didn't have a single one until after her and I started connecting. And then we found like 2 other people that we did know. We just, we weren't friends with on Facebook kind of thing."
And people don't realize that some people will buy from you because you're you, and they'll buy from her because she's her. It doesn't really matter. And that's why I try to tell people, like, when they do parties and they didn't have a successful party, your friends might buy from you when you are the consultant. Yes. I don't attend other parties. Like I don't go to parties. I don't shop from parties. I buy from my friends if they sell something that I like.
Yep.
But if you invite me to a party, I'm going to decline it. One, because I don't do that to people all the time. So I don't like that.
Well, and we want to support each other. And so
yes.
I don't want to support someone else's business. I mean, I understand you want to get free stuff, but I'm like, I don't like trading parties. I don't like doing other parties.
I don't do any of that.
I don't. And since we're on the subject, if you are a Scentsy consultant, do not send me a party link for another company.
It's actually out of compliance to do so, not to be the compliance police.
I know,
but it is.
I cringe and I will unfriend you. I don't care who you are.
Me too.
I will unfriend you because I am in this business as a business. I am not going to invite my friends that I have met through Scentsy to help anybody else on their business. Now, if it was something that we all needed, like we've done a t-shirt party and we got some great t-shirts, like that's something different. But I'm not going to start listing the other ones, but like, I don't want to spam my friends and family with other businesses either. And I'm not going to buy from you so that you buy from me. Because if that's the case and I need some, I might as well just buy for myself.
Exactly. Because I know I like what I sell. I'm not order swapping. I'm not party swapping. I'm not join for join. No, I am Scentsy. This is what I do. You are whatever you are. And if I need something from you, I'll buy it. But if you buy from me, I want you to buy from me because you wanted it, not because you felt like you had to buy something.
Obligation. Like, I don't want I tell my friends when they're like, I don't have space for it. And I said, that's fine. I was like, I'm not trying to like obligate you into purchasing Scentsy $100 every single month. That's not what I'm asking. I'm like, if you have a place that you need to get fragranced up and you've told me that your dogs are smelling, I was like, we have stuff for it. If you're ready to not buy from the box stores and you want to get something that would actually support somebody, I'm there for you. But until you're ready, that's cool. You do you, boo. Like, I'm not going to be upset if you go to one of those box stores and buy some other fragrance, because I know sooner or later you're going to come back to me. All the time. They're like, I haven't bought from you in a year because I got some of the cheap stuff and I can't do it anymore because I'm going through bars and bars and bars when it only took me one to last me a month. And now it's like, I'm buying 6 or 7 of them. I mean, and I don't push them. The people who buy from me, they get a text. It's been a while, they get a text from me about twice a year when catalogs change, no matter if they purchased from me or not in the last 6 months, because I know people think, oh, it's just cheaper to grab it while you're out shopping. You're right. It is convenient, but it's not going to work. And it's not going to fragrance up what you need. And if you're using the wrong stuff, I love my friends, but you know what? When they sit there and tell me, well, that wax bar I got from you, I put in my car so it would smell better. And I'm like, that is not what that's for. Like, that is not, I know we're in Texas and literally it will melt and it will warm, but that scent has no other place to go but sit in your car. And that is nauseating, having some of these really strong scents that's all you can smell. And don't ever put a fragrance flower in the car and think that's going to help too, because those oils in a concentrated area being heated are not good to breathe in like that. I've had Like there's a whole bunch
And
of,
if
we
it
should almost
spills
do
in
a
the
whole
car,
series
you're
on
going to
no-no.
ruin your interior.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about. It's not because I know all of our stuff is safe to breathe, so I don't care about that, but I do care if it touches something that's not supposed to. Or, and I'll tell you, I have thought about doing the salt and pepper wax shaker thing. I have. You know how like fragrance obsessed I am. I have thought about doing it with little holes and putting the wax in the jar. And it was 116 here Saturday, so I would add some great fragrance. But what if it spills? Like that's gonna be such a mess. Like
it's just a mess to clean up. And if you put it underneath of your seat, like most people do, they say put it underneath of your seat. That's fine. But if it spills over, it's not like you can easily take that out. You're gonna have to take out your seat to scrape that stuff off. Yeah. And we have so many other products that can be used and that are meant to be used in the car. Like if you're really not wanting something hanging down and you don't want to do the fan because it uses your only plug, we have this. The scent packs. I mean, there's other
Scentsy Go. I use a Scentsy Go in my car most of the time. Yeah. Because like my car is a mess. So like I don't have anywhere nice like to set my little fan. It'll fall over, it'll get crap on it. I don't know. My car's
I've got
a
a
mess,
travel
so
twist in my car right now.
See?
Yeah, I've got a travel twist in my car right now.
I just put the Scentsy Go in the cup holder on top of whatever else is in the cup holder. Just shove it down in there and then we're good. Everything smells fine.
I can't even imagine what your car looks like after you.
It looks like about 3 homeless people and a cat live in it, but it smells like, you know,
3 homeless people and a cat, except for has Scentsy though.
No, it smells way better. It smells like the Ritz in there, but it definitely looks like, you know,
that is so funny because see, I'm very particular about my car. Like my kids, so my mom would always allow the kids to eat in her car, and she gets so upset because there was melted crayons back there, and there was chips or French fries from McDonald's because you know she always had McDonald's money for the kids, never for me. But
hi hero.
Like I am very particular. Like I don't want people eating in my car unless it's like an emergency. Like we are driving somewhere and we really have to stop and eat. Then you make sure you don't make a mess because I don't vacuum it all the time, but I used to get it detailed.
I don't even know when I've ever vacuumed it.
Well, but it's this is my first car that I've ever bought brand new and paid off. And for me, that is like the biggest accomplishment because I always bought used cars. My dad always found them through his workplace, you know, $2,000 car. No, I mean, now it'd be like a $20,000 car, but they were $2,000 cars. You know, 2,500, 1,500, they were just to get me back and forth. So for me, it's like as an adult, this is like my first adult car. I bought brand new and paid it off. And it took me almost 8 years because of COVID and they allowed us some leeway there. Thank God for Scentsy though. I'm telling you what, that's the only reason I got to keep my car. That was my car.
I really need a new chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure do.
And so, well, I think we should go ahead and round it off, but this was our little extra. So again, you know, this is just this is what we do. We get together and the stories come and all of the examples and the fun stuff that we do. Our lives are so not perfect and we are sharing them with you guys. Just know that Scentsy life it's a lifestyle. You find friends.
And it's a happy place to go when your car is a mess.
Yes.
It can be messy, but it can still smell like the Ritz, you know, per Lisa WaxyCat. So this is our little extras. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to our tidbits and join us next week because we'll be in Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
We'll be seeing each other face to face and doing some little excerpts from there and maybe telling you guys all the stuff that we've learned and stuff we want to do in our business.
Ooh, we could do a little sneak peeks.
Oh, we could talk about, we could talk about some sneak peeks and
maybe you can record us like me setting up my photos.
Yes. We will definitely be doing some behind the scenes of how Lisa sets stuff up and how you think it has to be perfect. And Lisa just does amazing, but it's because of her.
She sure does.
Yep. If we don't have good counters in that hotel room, I'm going to be so
We did it on the bed. You did it on the bed last
time.
time. Yeah, you did it on the bed last time, so we'll be fine. We'll figure it all out.
We're going to have something nice.
Well, so this is Who's Knows Best. It's just Scentsy consultants getting together and chit-chatting about life and our business and how we stay sane. We'll see you guys next week.